Hey everybody! So over the past week, I've been talking a lot about this piece that CBC News did recently on Jessa Jones and her data recovery company, iPad Rehab, where we're talking about how if anybody posts on their forum to say, hey, there is an option for data recovery, that those posts will be removed. If people make posts saying, here's how your device likely failed, here is the cause for it, that those posts will also be removed, and the users will be banned. And the only users that appear to not be banned are people that say that if you seek out people like Jess or myself for data recovery, you might as well be burning your money, even though we have hundreds of thousands of videos proving that this is possible. Well, one of the things that I got to learn, thanks to you people who watch this stuff and keep me informed, is that the individuals who are doing this at Apple, who are paid over $90,000 a year to moderate that forum for Apple, may actually be moderating the forum in violation of Apple's own internal policies. So I got this email from someone, and it says, "Love your war on misinformation on the community support forum. I am an employee and work on the phone and tech support, a lowly phone and Mac advisor who helps people with all sorts of software support. I have seen yours and Lewis's last videos and now get it. You're right, it's neglectful, maybe even purposeful misinformation. The support community really does a bad job, which they are not allowed to do. When a customer calls me with your example, what do I do when I want to get photos off my water-damaged iPhone? My go-to reaction would be, no chance, either you have a backup or you don't. However, if a customer would ask me directly, do you do data recovery, I would be obligated by internal policy to tell them, no, we don't do data recovery, but there are those who do, you can contact them directly. I repeat, if a customer asks about data recovery, by Apple internal policy, this Apple employee would be required to tell the customer that they don't do data recovery, but there are those who do, that you can contact directly." He says, "I'm not kidding. We even had training on this where we are given examples of companies who do actual data recovery. Those guys in the support communities either didn't have that training or they are willfully ignoring it. Look up HT 202004. It's not exactly what you are talking about, but it's pretty close. The last update on this article was May 2018, but it's not archived, meaning it is a go-to response we are allowed and obligated to give customers. Hope this helps, and hope those dumbass idiots who manage the official support community get replaced or slapped so hardly that they think twice before deleting posts such as yours again." I imagine this was an email that was sent to Jessa and simply CC'd to me, but it is a pretty good email. It's very interesting here, and this is what I've been talking about this entire time. I have no problem with companies like Apple saying, we don't do data recovery, or we don't fix dead phones. Fine. I have no problem with them saying, I have no idea if this woman who bashed a toilet in with her dog watching, or this college dropout that has a funny-looking store and can fix your phone. We're not going to say that we vouch for them, and we're not going to send you there because there's no liability. I get it, because they want to avoid liability. All that stuff makes sense. What doesn't make sense is when people make factually incorrect posts, and those posts are held up, but when people try to correct that misinformation, their posts are deleted by people who are paid by Apple a damn near six-figure salary. And what's interesting here, and may actually be a redeeming thing for Apple, is that apparently this may be against Apple's own internal policies. So those individuals that I spoke about who are getting paid over $90,000 a year to moderate the Apple community support forums, they may in fact be simply acting in a rogue fashion. And if that is the case, I will have absolutely zero sympathy for those individuals when they lose their jobs and are replaced by people who do not endorse or co-sign blatant lying to consumers about everything from Touch IC to Audio IC to simply, is it possible to get data off a phone that doesn't turn on anymore, when Jessa and I have proven over and over again, damn well, it is. This is one of those areas where if Apple were to respond and say, hey, those people on the forum who are doing that, I'm sorry, we weren't aware of it, we've been busy with things recently, we just haven't had the time with new product launches and research and development and the EU saying we owe back taxes and blah, 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 to notice that there was this person on our forum running amok of our internal policies. We apologize. We have gotten rid of those people, and we have hired somebody who does not try to erase people similar to the leader of the NKVD getting the airbrushed out of photos by Stalin's people in the late 1930s. So that stuff is going to end now. This is actually a place where if Apple were to come out and do something like that, I think that it would be really good for the community and also really good for the customers. Everybody gets a win there. We stop being perceived as less legitimate, they stop getting perceived as people who want to keep people from getting their data maliciously. They don't take on any liability. They don't lose any money, since data recovery is not a service they offer to begin with. And the very small number of people that just, again, they just have that hard-on for ensuring that people don't get their data, don't have working phones, have less money in their bank accounts, and that repair is seen as impossible, get kind of, just knocked off the face of the internet and those forums to where they belong. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something.